while we just had a good time talking about Todd's trip, and I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer.
Let's get into it. Let's go.
Take a look at the big board.
YouTube. This is a perennial one. Yeah, it keeps coming back.
I'm sick of this, man, and I'm sick of these guys. And I have an example. We talk about this all the time, okay? And at Cough Country TV, we don't expect to get any money from these platforms.
Right.
But you know what? At the same time, I expect to be treated fairly. That's what I expect. Treat me fairly. I came into this knowing that our opportunities here were not with whether YouTube or any one other of these mediums pay us to do what we do.
Right.
Our goal is to be able to offer these advertising opportunities to the actual industry, not to offer them to just anyone, to offer them to people in the industry who don't have the opportunity to advertise wherever they want to advertise.
Right.
That's why we're doing what we're doing. And so these guys have a massive fucking problem with cannabis creators. And so tonight what we're going to do is we're going to take a deeper dive into it. We're not going to solve any issues tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
Check it out.
But we're going to take a deeper dive into what these guys are doing. Now, what precipitated this, right? Because this is not a new topic. All of us have talked about this. Many times.
Yeah.
But what precipitated this one, and if you can go control room, go full screen with the 4 thumbnails if you could. It's the slide with, go full screen with that one if you don't mind, just for a second while.
This got hit?
So these videos here, okay, here are 4 videos that were long form format. And when we call long form, we're talking about somewhere in the 5 to 8 minute range.
Okay.
These are excerpts from our show. They are unedited. We do not edit anything when we pull these clips like this.
Yeah.
We pull a clip. We pull from a certain point to a certain point, and then we'll thumbnail it and we'll put it out. So these are 4 stories that we put out, and this was. You were here.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Totally.
we talked about home grow, Second Amendments, and cannabis DUIs. This is all legislation.
Yeah.
This is all legislation.
Right.
Okay. Then we talked about new bipartisan bill explained. Again, section from the show with them specifically speaking about, we're not trying to sell anything. We're not promoting anything.
No.
We're talking about legislation that a state is doing, which I would think is pretty important shit, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So if you pop that back up for one more second, the last 2 down there, homegrown Republicans and state stores versus private industry.
Right.
So these
Very
4
official.
stories got tagged with an age restriction. Now you would think, no big deal, right? Age restriction. We're talking about,
8.
Not ideal.
it's
What is-
not
what
like,
is that?
none of the content that we make is for 18, like under 18.
Right.
Let's be real.
Yeah, this
We're
is
not
for
making,
adults,
and
yeah.
every time we put something up, we say, is this for kids? No, it's not for kids. We fucking say that. So they already know it's not for kids.
Yeah.
The problem is that when they put the 18 and older restriction on a video, that's a death sentence for that video. Because that video will not get distributed. It doesn't get picked up with the algorithm. They destroy it.
Okay.
Okay? Now, what I'm going to do now is ask the control room. There is a news story on there. I don't know which number it is. Just take a look at it. It is from a CBS affiliate doing a story about Pennsylvania, about the same thing. That's not it. That's not it. I'm looking at preview over here. That's not the one. Nope, not the one. Nope, not the one. Nope, that's not it. It's the one. It's the. I'll tell you what the file name is.
So I could say this. YouTube had my man fired up.
Yes, it
And they
does.
better watch the hell out.
Because it's there's points to be made here. There's points.
What do you say? Say it again.
I don't have any other videos.
All right, then I'm gonna have you. I'm gonna have you pull up my screen if you could.
But,
no, you can't do that.
But yeah, so like everything on YouTube is run through algorithm now, right? I can't imagine how many people on there are actual real people looking at this. You know, it's so how do you? It's got to be hard. How do you argue with a computer? You know.
You know, like I think they're lost in the past and they're playing to the public, and they won't change until they are forced to,
Until they
which
get
is
feel pain,
coming
you
very
know?
soon.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
You know,
everybody's paying a lot more attention to AI for sure.
So,
I think.
control room. I just sent you an email with a link. If you can pull that link up and just throw that website in, it's a YouTube video. And the YouTube video, I'll set this up for you, and I'll tell you guys while he's doing that if he can do it. If he can't, he'll tell us he can't. But this video here is from CBS 21. CBS 21. It's an affiliate somewhere in Pennsylvania. I'm assuming it's out in the western side of the state, out in Pittsburgh or up in Erie or somewhere up in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I want to play this if we can. It's 1:38, and I want you. Say again. Okay. I want you, if we can play this, I want you to look at this and tell me what's different about what they're doing, and you were here, versus what we did.
I can't imagine. It was very, very straightforward, tame. You know, like it wasn't risque at all. You know?
We were
maybe it was the photographs of all the weed.
The what?
I don't know. That's all over the place, though. You know, like how much
it's
B-roll
not
did
a
I
big deal
pull
anymore.
just pictures of buds? You know, like
The background on the photos.
But I pulled so much so much footage off of YouTube that's just footage of buds, just over and over and over again.
Yeah.
You know?
So what's the problem?
What do you say?
YouTube is not loading.
All right, man. All right.
But it was the same though. It was probably a straightforward news story. Just guy presenting, talking about legislation that's happening. And for like they never give a reason for why they tag you, why they don't. It's just something on there. You have to guess what it is. And it makes you think like is there somebody behind there? Like who's the guardian? Like who gets to say what goes and what doesn't? Like what are the rules?
They know anything was going on, so it's this tricky place.
Guys, so I'm trying to pull this up. Control room, see if you can pull up. I'm sending a signal in from my laptop, and I want to see if you can bring this video in.
But it's like taxes. Like you got to be able to give some guidance. Like tell me what I can do and what I can't do. Like don't come to me and say you did something wrong.
Right. It has to
I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Yeah, let me see the guidelines and the rules.
Like tell me what they are. You know, you guys are the ones driving this car.
Right.
Tell me how it works, you know?
All right, tell me if you're able to pull it or not.
No, the stream is not running right.
Okay, so we're going to skip that. Then what I'm going to do is one of those previous videos that I told you to skip over. But I guess you're going to have to take my word for it. Basically, it's a news story. Mm-hmm. They're talking about dispensaries versus state stores. What were we talking about? Dispensaries versus state stores. They were talking about social equity reform. They were talking about Second Amendment and DUI. This is the same shit we were talking about. But because they're a CBS affiliate, they get a fucking pass. Mm-hmm. That's bullshit.
Where does it come in? Like, what is it that's hitting that? You know?
Well, you know, I guess
it's not that one, control room. It's one of there's 3 videos that I'm going to ask you. Basically, is the first one that we'll start with this one. All right. So actually, you know what? Put the one with the weird looking guy on, because this guy's got a story. Yeah, this guy. So we're not going to play the whole video, but I'm going to play enough of it for you guys, and we can stop it during the video, but I'm going to play enough of it. Oh, you got that video? Come back to that. This is go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and play this. Pop it in. Go ahead, full screen.
Affiliate right here.
The fact that it runs through the state stores, again, a tremendous government overreach. And I also don't believe that the revenue projections are anywhere
All right, that didn't work. Let's skip back. Let's go back to that video that we had with that guy queued up. That other dude, yeah. All right, so this guy is a DOT tester. So he does for DOT examinations, you have to do
like Department of Transportation.
right. So to
Oh,
drive an
okay.
airplane or to drive a big truck, you have to have certifications. You need to go in and
Right.
get DOT tested. This is what he does. He's a doctor, but he's a business, and a business should be able to create content around what they do. Do you not say?
Absolutely.
All right. So let's go ahead, put him up full screen. Let's let him play. We'll pause it when we need to.
Hey everyone, Dr. Nussi from EasyDOTphysicals.com back again with another video. This one a little bit different. I'm going to be talking today specifically about YouTube and its policies surrounding and as it pertains to marijuana related content and the monetization policies and the stuff that's been driving me crazy trying to make these videos. And I would really love to hear if anybody out there also makes content, again, surrounding marijuana or about marijuana informational videos. Let me know if you are having some of these same struggles, because I'm just going to kind of air it out to the best that I can. I've made some notes here about the problems and what I've seen work and what hasn't worked and how to become monetized and how to not, and how to become demonetized, because I definitely can tell you how to do that as well. Again, you might not be interested in this type of video if you're a regular viewer. This more goes out to other content creators. But if you are a viewer and you are concerned about passing an upcoming drug test, I will say this, like I say it in every video, the best thing you can do is home drug test. It is easy to do that. It is very cheap. Home drug test consistently leading up to a official drug test, and make sure you're using a drug test that has the same cutoff level. I'll leave my preferred home drug test that you can get from Amazon in the description box below. And also to learn all the things that you should be doing before a drug test to give yourself the best chance of passing that drug test, please visit exploroacademy.com. They have a 100% pass your upcoming test.
The next part is
or
the part I
money
wanted you
back
guys to hear.
guarantee.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
so let's go through
This
what
part.
I found.
This is where it should have started. But yeah, go ahead and start it right here. He's talking about a few issues that he has. But let me say this before we even go further. The guy looks frustrated.
Yeah.
He's confused.
You can hear it.
Right?
Yeah.
Doesn't know what he can and can't do. And he's simply trying to promote his business and give good information to his clients, which
Yeah.
I think should be allowed.
It's obviously a professional. It's not some kid in his basement talking about drugs.
So let's hear what he has to say, because now he gets into the substance of some stuff that I want you guys to hear. Go ahead.
Making videos, again, related to marijuana on YouTube and their monetization policy. So I make videos, this is just me, that I'm sure are 100% compliant. There is an educational, recreational drugs component kind of check that you have to check when you upload a video to YouTube and you want to get it monetized. You want to be able to have
which I've done on
ads
our
run
stuff. It
on
doesn't
that
fucking
video,
do a
which
thing.
we all do. Again, it's not cheap or easy or not time consuming to make these type of videos. This one will be, because I won't be doing a lot of editing or graphics. But it takes some work, it takes some time, it takes some effort, so we want to be monetized, or else what's really the point? You know, I'd like to get that information out there, but I like to be able to make a little bit of money to keep this channel going as well. So what I make is educational videos. I'm
Fair
not
enough,
making
right?
videos
Absolutely.
that show you how to sell drugs or show people using drugs or anything like that. So I'm 100% certain that I comply with the educational recreational drug component, which should allow videos to run on, or ads to run on all of my videos.
Pause.
So even then, even though I
Because YouTube monetizes it, so he should monetize
So-
it.
So what he's saying is he's following all the rules,
Yep.
and the people who have the rules are not playing by the rules.
They get to monetize off the video, but you don't get to monetize.
Yeah,
the
and
video,
I'll be
know?
honest with you
Like,
guys. I'll show you a video that you did, that's got over 500,000 views, 500,000 views on it, and that video they won't allow. It started off to be monetized.
Yeah, and
I
then
think we made $90 off that video, like in the first few days when it got monetized.
Right.
And then as soon as they realized what was going on, they shut it down.
once it start getting traffic
Yeah.
to it, so
And-
somebody intervened.
Yeah, I mean, somebody intervened because that's not something they want. That's not what they want to go out. Now, you were doing an educational story.
Yeah.
You're sitting on a news set.
Yeah.
You were not selling any products.
No.
You were not promoting any products. You were not instructing anyone on how to use products.
I was not.
You were not asking anyone to even try this fucking product.
I haven't even tried this product.
Right. It was informational. Just like he's saying, it was informational.
Absolutely. We covered sources. we
so
covered.
there's bias. There's obvious bias.
Yeah.
And there's nothing we can do about it. He's frustrated. We're frustrated. What can we do about it?
Well, we're going to talk about that. Let's play that video a little bit more, and then we'll get to the next one.
Check that it's educational, drug related when they are marijuana related videos or other drug related, especially testing videos. That's what I do. Even though I check that box, almost every time that I go to upload, I get dreaded, and you know this if you upload videos, you get that circle with an exclamation point, and it says that we've identified an issue why your video cannot be monetized, and I've then have to go back and take certain things out or change titles and things like that. And this, from my experience, is what I've found, and I would love to hear anyone else out there that makes similar type of videos to mine, what you
All right, pause.
do. Maybe we get a little dialogue going and figure out the best ways to keep these videos
Go ahead,
monetized.
pause this for a second. Well, I'll tell them there's anybody else out there. We're out there, and we have the same exact problem as you, Mr. Fine Doctor. I forget your name, and I apologize for that. But we have the exact same problem you have. And so we check those boxes when we put out educational information. Matter of fact, our entire series that we did over on the news called Strains of Yesterday, our most popular series on Cough Country News, is completely demonetized.
Yeah.
And there's nothing in there other than us talking about strains from yesterday.
And there's nothing on there you can't find somewhere else on YouTube.
That's correct.
Like,
This is crazy.
yeah, so all of that is covered in, piecemeal, little bits here, little bits here. You can do all that research on YouTube. You can find it all.
So
I mean-
maybe they don't like you, Steve.
That's probably what it is. They don't like this face right here. I got a mug.
But if I say,
Did you bang the YouTube guy's daughter?
I mean, I didn't know. I don't know who she is. I don't know who she is.
Steve's banging the YouTube algorithm, he's banging the entire algorithm.
Me and Mary Jane.
Yeah. So, I mean, listen, I'm appalled by this, and here's what I'm appalled by the most. They'll tell you that your shit's demonetized, but you know what they'll keep doing? They'll run fucking paid advertisements on your work regardless.
They'll monetize it, but not you.
And I'm telling you, man, I have a big ass problem with that, because if it's not good enough to pay the creator, then don't run your fucking ads.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
I mean, you're fuck you, YouTube. I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Go over to Rumble right now. We're live on Rumble. Subscribe over there and just watch us over there. If you want to watch the shorts, Rumble doesn't have shorts. You want to watch the shorts? Go to X and watch. Every one of our shorts that we put out on all the different channels are there. You don't need YouTube. I mean, we're going to use YouTube just like they fucking use us to get introduced to other
it's a
people.
major
But I will
platform,
sit here and encourage each and every one of you guys, please, if cannabis content is of any importance to you whatsoever, go to a freedom platform and watch it there. Rumble or X. Because what these guys are doing, shame on YouTube. They're foul, man.
Yeah.
And you know what? We'll continue the fight. I hope you guys watch this. I'm going to ask for an appeal, even if you don't put an age restriction on this video, just so somebody who's a human being has to fucking look at it. I'm sick of it, dude.
Well, they're going to have to be forced into it at some point. They're going to have to be down with it.
I don't even want to be mad. This show is about us hanging out, having fun, talking about stuff. But this one's, I mean, I'm pissed off. I wanted to show you this thing here that we did, that this other news station did, because it's no different than what we did.
Right.
Matter of fact, if you want to get right to it, Ours is better. We had the authors of the bill here.
Yeah,
they were here to explain why they did what they did. It wasn't just an informational piece, which it was. It was an in-depth informational piece that gave you reasons from the people who wrote it as to why.
That was reporting. That was political, you know.
All right, I'm going to skip
Reporting.
over this guy, and if you can go to the next video, and I'll finish making my point, and then we'll move on, because this fucking makes me sick. Fuck, I'm so sick of YouTube.
Phil needs a strain of the day. That's what
Man,
Phil
shit, we
needs.
got to smoke some weed or something.
Yeah.
My man needs
Take
it.
the edge
Nah,
off.
I mean, listen, I had a beef tonight. It's not what I do on this show, but someone's got to say this, man. Why should people who use cannabis, who wants to know, it's legal in all these different states. It's medicine. We've got to that point. Can we all agree that it's medicine? Why can't we talk about it? I can come in here and say fuck, and we talk about chicks, and we talk about all this shit, who's smashing who, and all this shit. None of that's okay for kids.
Right,
That's okay. But a legitimate interview with legitimate politicians who wrote legitimate bills, that's too much.
Right.
Archaic.
That's too much. Nah, screw you, YouTube. Play this video. I'll see if I can shut up during it.
You do have a bunch of content that isn't always that friendly on social media platforms. How do you balance the 420 aspect and the cooking aspect? Because I know, a lot of people.
She's
in
just
that
trying to
space
cook some
back up
fucking food with
accounts
weed.
or the
That's all
brands
she's
that you, like,
doing.
work with.
Listen
might
how they
want you
run
to
this
link to
bitch in
sites
circles.
that, end up getting your sort of content flagged or that sort of thing. So is there anything that you do specifically to help manage that aspect of it?
Yeah, it was a lot of trial and error for me to learn the rules of the algorithms and the content guidelines on each platform. I've learned that on TikTok, I have to kind of create some code words so that it's not as obvious to the TikTok
Code
bots what I'm referring to.
I'm not doing
I know
that.
I can't show any cannabis products. I can't show
Not
flower.
doing that either.
I can't show myself smoking. And I don't think I've ever shown myself putting an edible into my mouth, but I know that's probably something that I wouldn't do because I have no idea how TikTok would respond to that. But people have noticed that over the last 3 years in my content that I've had to kind of be a bit more sneaky. But I have a big enough audience and I use enough like code words that people understand so that they know what they're getting into when they're following my content. Like people get it. And then on Instagram, they really care about making sure that you're not trying to sell anything. So whenever I tag a cannabis brand, for example, I just make sure that any other words that I'm using in an Instagram story or in a post doesn't seem like I'm trying to sell something. Or I sometimes a trick that I do is that, when you're uploading an Instagram story or even putting captions on a video, Instagram's kind of bots, I guess, that go through each piece of content to flag it or not, will recognize any words that you're typing into an Instagram story or a caption. So what I will do is I will save an image or a video that has the text that I add to it, and then I will re-upload it so that Instagram can't really see the text that I'm adding. So that's just a fun little workaround that I've discovered that kind
Do you
of helps.
understand what she's talking about?
I don't.
But yeah,
I don't know what
with
that is.
cannabis, I just have to be as
I hate to be on a date with this chick.
Listen, if you don't want to be on a date with this one, the next one, put in preview that Veronica looking bitch. It's probably not a nice way to say it, but
But she does have a good point. It's kind of like going to the old school head shops where you couldn't mention anything about weed or
Right, it
anything
all had to
illegal.
be
But they
code.
got everything in there: papers,
I'm not doing
pipes,
that.
ball.
I'm not doing it.
Come on,
can't do it.
aren't we past that?
We've already done it. We're not going to stop. I'm not going to be a sellout. And again, I don't want their money, but stop advertising with our fucking content, okay?
That's a big thing. Yeah,
That's what I'm sick of.
That's huge. That's
You don't want to pay me? Don't pay me, but don't rob me.
Right.
All right.
that's nuts.
Now listen, you guys will not be able to take a whole lot of this one. I'm going to tell you.
Oh, yeah?
I'm going to end it with this one because as angry as I may be, we're going to probably laugh our way through this one.
Okay.
Now, she's talking about what we're talking about. Man, I don't know where they found this one at.
I don't know what's coming right now. I don't know who this person is.
All right. Bless us with this one. Bless us with this one.
I can already feel my back starting to ache thinking about talking about YouTube policies, but we must. All right, guys? Hey y'all, what's up? It's Short and Stone here, but if you're new, you can call me Kelly. I'm a Canada advocate, medical patient, and solventless foods entrepreneur. And on today's episode, I'm going to be sharing the 411 on how to avoid age restriction here on YouTube for Canna creators. Let's get into it. Okay, all right. If you're still watching, that's probably because you're a creator and you make cannabis content. Hey. It's rough out here, right?
Oh,
it's daunting, right? To work that hard on a video and then email flagged, hey, age restricted. Ugh, valid. I feel your frustration. Let's work through it together positively, okay? Today, I'm going to be breaking down how to create cannabis-friendly content
so
on YouTube that will
creatory,
avoid
you know?
I know.
being age restricted.
Okay.
Because it's staying.
Holy Jesus.
It's like nails on a
Now, where'd they
chalkboard.
find this chick, man? She looked like a midget wrestler.
Well, I don't think you're allowed to say midget anymore. She's a little person.
Okay.
But
Height challenge?
wrestler's okay.
What can you say? Midget wrestling?
I think wrestler's okay. Maybe little person wrestler, you know.
Okay.
I don't know what's appropriate, but she's overly animated, and if you think you've seen a lot, there's more. Go ahead. And watch this.
It's educational, and most importantly, viewable. Let's talk visibility and not violations. let me just rearrange. I can already feel my back starting to ache thinking about talking about YouTube policies, but we must. All right, guys? All right? Although
She is
this
entertaining.
plant is growing in use and legality, YouTube doesn't allow cannabis content. But there are a few rules that actually allow it. Through a little guideline tweaking, you know? So let's get into this. Did you know that there are guidelines in black and white, in text? When you sign up and you can access them online, they plainly as they say, and I quote, prohibit promoting the sale of cannabis and linking to purchase sites. Yeah. So if you're obviously a canna creator and you're an influencer and you're promoting a brand, you gotta watch your wordage, you gotta watch your verbiage, your usage, because technically you can't just be promoting cannabis products to people, and you can't be linking direct sites either. But I'm not sure if you've noticed the little loophole we've been doing over here on my channel. We don't link it in the description. No. We send everybody to the pinned comments. You can do that. Hey, loophole. That's right. I'm here to help you out, homies. So if you got a product
You
you're
know,
linking,
that
you're
should
sharing,
be
don't
over
put it
with
in
in
the
a minute.
description.
All right,
in
so-
the comments
so-
and pin it.
so
All right,
pause there.
2.
That's a lot to take in.
It is, and we stopped it there. There's more, but this is we joke around and we're making fun of people and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's all the same. Everyone has the same issue. It's reoccurring. It's the same thing happening to all these different people.
Yeah.
So what do you do about it? Well, I mean, listen. What do you do about it? Like the people who watch us, we can encourage them to watch us on a freedom platform.
Yeah.
Stop putting the eyeballs on platforms that are doing this to people who are trying to create content in our industry. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah, the people have to change. Like it's,
People have
they
to
won't
stand
change
up
it
and,
until it's
until
demanded.
someone puts their foot down. But the only people willing to put their foot down are the people making this content.
Yeah.
And it's not a big enough genre, and it's not a big enough thing to actually make a difference.
Right.
So listen, I'm sure that my rant here tonight is not going to make a difference, and I don't give a damn. It makes a difference to me. I feel better, and I'm going to keep talking about it because this is wrong.
The more more people.
The more people who watch
speak.
us, the more people who watch us, and the more people,
Where's YouTube located? Where's their headquarters?
Yeah. I
Maybe
want
we
to talk
march
to
down there.
YouTube.
Where the
I
hell
wanna-
they at?
Yeah, rolling up.
Let's go right down there with some fatties and fucking ring the doorbell.
You the YouTube guy? Step outside.
Come on. Shit, everybody want to come see you anyway. You know what? Do an event for Mr. Steve.
Yeah, there we go.
We'll have
And then
everybody
YouTube
here.
can't come. Do a big event. It'll be really cool, and then be like, I'm sorry,
you're anybody but you.
you're age restricted. It's you can't come in
I
here.
mean, people put it in the chat. What do you guys think about it? This is not.
What can you do? Yeah.
This is not right. What are you willing to do to try to help things out? And what I'm willing to do to help things out is continually talk about it and point out the hypocrisy that we're dealing with. And whether it's federally illegal or not, it's legal in what, 26 states?
20, yeah, like that's I think that's
Or 27
recreational, too.
states?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
a new day.
medical in pretty much almost all of them.
So let's withhold information. Let's get to the point where we just figure out that this thing that's on our walls, this propaganda, is actually not true, and let's just pretend that it's not medicine, and let's pretend that people don't need information. When I can turn on any game at any point in time and watch a bunch of fat fucking people dancing around singing about Ozempic.
Yeah.
Why is that okay?
Yeah.
Why is that okay?
Yeah. Why can you
It
advertise
keeps
narcotics?
coming back to that commercial.
I hate that fucking commercial, bro.
Right.
I hate that commercial, man.
Sound like you had a bad experience with a big chick.
Listen, I don't want to see any of these stupid ass commercials. Listen, network television wouldn't even exist if they put a ban. We're the only country in the world that allows pharmaceutical companies to dominate the advertising airwaves.
This is true.
But we're the same country who won't let people freely talk about cannabis. But we can come here and talk about thirsty 304s. We can talk about girls, the way they look. We can curse. We can do all these other things that nobody has an issue with. But if we just have a legitimate interview and conversation with some legislative, some House of Representative members, that seems to be over the top and too much.
That's too much.
Yeah, there's a lot of provocative things on YouTube. You see some of these young ladies with barely nothing on, and
But
that's
that's
okay.
Yep.
And you bring up a good point, like this pharmaceutical thing, because like we're saying, cannabis is medicine. Pharmaceutical industry does not like cannabis. How much are they like? Because the pharmaceutical lobby is crazy in government.
Yeah.
I wonder how much pharmaceuticals say like, no, you can't advertise cannabis. You can advertise Ozempic, but no, you can't advertise cannabis.
And I'm sick of the moral high ground that these fucking social media companies take. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, it's just all for show.
Do I need, what Mark Zuckerberg, do I need him to fucking make the determination on what's okay for me to see? He's a fucking moron.
He's not involved in that.
But
That's
he's one
not
of the powers
what
that
you
he's
do.
one of those billionaires.
So he
He's in that
controls
group.
Facebook and Instagram, so they're locked down.
Yeah.
And you can't speak freely on these platforms.
Right.
And they've already admitted to being allowing the government to come and tell them what to take down and what not.
Yep.
Like, shame on you, Mark Zuckerberg.
Yep.
And the second he sees Trump coming, he goes and he
Whatever
starts
you
saying,
want, buddy.
"Hey man, sorry, this
Whatever
is
you
what we
want."
did. Here's all the information. Screw you, bro. Screw you."
Just gives the whole thing over. No, you can't. No.
He's a jackass. And Google, these people, like they want to impose their moral high ground on everybody else. We're not talking about screaming fire in a theater.
We're the ones who pay them.
We're not encouraging violence. We're not encouraging anything illegal. We're not doing anything illegal. We're just talking about some medicine that the world has been programmed to hate for the last fucking 80 years?
Yeah, just about.
I see a major weed session coming.
Man,
Major.
I am.
You know what? I'm gonna look some shit up.
Fuck you too.
I'm gonna find the right fucking blend and strain for us to smoke right after the show.
Fired up.
Well, we're going to do strain of the night, and we're going to double dip down on the lemon jelly since we don't have a new strain. So
That's what's up.
yeah, I'm not even playing. We need it.
Yeah.